Big shout out to the Southern Amateur League at Glemnet SAL, www.southernamateurleague.co.uk, and also a big shout out to the AFA, Amateur Football Alliance, at Amateur FA on Twitter, and www.amateur-fa.com. So one of them ones, we, of course, feature first on the grassroots segment, Ibis Football Club, Ibis Football Club, IBIS Football Club at gmail.com, facebook.com/IBIS, ibis.fc, and twitter.com/ibis_football, at ibis_football on Twitter, and ibisfc.co.uk is the official website, which is ran by JT, so big shout out to John Timmins. Training is every Wednesday from 7:30pm until... That's when we stop. We stop at Bada bing, bada boom, bada that Mark Madden line. But yeah, training is every Wednesday for Ibis from 7:30pm until 9pm at the Battersea Park all-weather AstroTurf pitches, and match days are on Saturdays anywhere within the M25. Let's roll into some results from the 15th of March 2014. The Ibis Ones 1, Old Lionians 0. Ben Pierre getting the only goal of the game for them. So I know at Alex the Minch on Twitter, aka Alex Minchell. What's up, Minch? One of them was he was very, very happy about that result. Also, a big shout out to John Josiah, actually, who used to play for Ibis, I think, back in the 70s. So great stuff. But you know what? Yeah, it's one of them Old Lionians 2. So this is the Old Lionians reserves. Actually, we're going to come into that game in a second because the Ibis ones versus the Old Lionians ones, there was actually an ex-Ibis player in the Old Lionians team, and that was Cal Simpungwe. Now, Cal he actually ended up going out on the Ibis social with the lads on Saturday. So it was one of them that was a funny story anyway. But it's one of them was I think the current crop of Ibis actually stuck it to an old Ibis member. So, but Old Lionians 2s 2, Ibis 2s 2. An own goal and Toby Moore Morris getting on the score sheet for the Ibis 2s, and the Ibis 3s, aka the 4s really, 1, Old Finchleyan's 4. Isaac Penza on his second appearance getting his first goal for the club. Now, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of match report from Saturday. Ibis 3s 1, Old Finchleyan's 4 down at Duke's Meadow playing fields. We were playing at home. Starting lineup, myself, straight shooting LJ, aka Liam Angel in goal again. Not really. This one laughing at already.
No, I was just laughing. I was just clearing my throat. I was like,
clearing my throat. Wait. 3 seems to be the magic number, doesn't it? Anyway. Beehive.
I thought 6 would be the magic number with you in goal.
3 is the magic number.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Because you got beat 3-0. But you know what? It's one of them ones. Yep, we had me in goal. We had Carl Bolton and Rob Lusher at centre-back. John Ewins at right-back. Stephen Dodd at left-back. Joe Elvin and Ash Farrell in the middle of the park at centre-mid. Isaac Penza on the right-hand side of midfield. And Gideon Barnett on the left. And Barry Clark and Emmanuel, a.k.a. Manny Affle, on the up top together. Our subs were Jordan Mills, Kendall Campbell, and Nick Etty. Who's actually also a Liverpool supporter, Nick Etty. So what's up? So another game where the 4s were filling in for the 3s, and try as we might, continuity got the best of us. We were somewhat of a change side from the away game from the week before, but it was quite good to be playing again at home on the Duke's Meadow pitches. And may I say, it was a lovely day to cycle to the game. Lovely day for a cycle. But you know what? It was one of them ones. Yes, the G-Man actually is injured. But yeah, it was a lovely day to cycle to the game because the sun was shining, the River Thames was glistening, and the lycra-clad women at the boathouse were looking tremendous. But I digress. It's one of them ones. But on a beautiful day for football, we got our pre-match drills in and welcomed back some familiar faces in the form of Gids, aka Gideon, Barry, Manny, and a couple of others. But due to a clerical error on his side, Andrew Williams actually missed out on the game, and we actually had 14 men. So it was because
Why does that sound like a Jamie Bailey reference?
It's actually not. It's 14 men. Oh my God. He's gonna kill you when he hears this. As usual, we did do our pre-match draws, and Kendall had brought along his friend Natalie, who just so happens to be one of the Haringey Borough Women's FC players. And she gave us a couple of good pointers in terms of the drills that we were doing to make them more realistic. So thank you for that. And we watched the first half. We actually watched the first half of Aston Villa v Chelsea as well. So that was quite fun. But it's one of them ones. So Natalie of Haringey Borough Women's FC came down to watch, but unfortunately the game ended in defeat for us. We started off well, and after everyone got familiar with each other in the pre-match drills, we all knew our roles. And in my starting lineup, especially up top, I paired Baz and Manny, and basically I was hoping that they'd exploit their familiarity with each other, being that they're work colleagues. But we were under a lot of pressure in the first half, as old Finchleyians clearly had played alongside each other regularly, as their wingers were actually playing some neat 1-2s quite often to get at our fullbacks and carve out chances. We lost the toss before kickoff, which ended up being crucial due to the way we conceded our first goal. But why? More on that later. And Big T's just, oh God, when I said lost the toss, Big T just wrong. I know I walked into that one. But we actually took the lead in the first half after great work by Manny from a through ball. He was brave and beat the keeper. And similar to David Nugent's only goal for England, in as much as Manny did the hard work from close range, Isaac Penza scored his first goal for the club on only his second appearance. So it was one of them ones, man. But the equaliser from Old Finchleyians came in very fortuitous circumstances, it must be said. And even though I had a cap on, the Sun had to take the blame for this one, because, I'm wondering where Kendall Campbell is, because he would have been ripping me this week after
the Sun didn't have his hat on.
After I ripped him last week.
The Sun's got his hat on.
But it was one of them ones. Now, of course, I'm not a keeper, of course. But I came to the edge of the box to take a goal kick and I had the ball in my hand, tried to boot it out. It was one of them ones. But I booted it out and the ball came straight back. And because I was backpedaling, but I was so far off my line that basically the ball bounced as I was caught in no man's land.
Oh, no.
And obviously, I looked up to try and see where the ball was, looked into the sun. Obviously, that temporary blindness when you hit the sun.
What the sun did to you?
It was
Smack down.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You know that? You're an idiot. But basically, I lost the flight of the ball, and while I was stretching for it, I basically palmed it into my own net. So it's one of them ones, man. It was. But fortunate goal, yes, but goal it was, and I had to hold my hands up and apologise to the guys, and I did at half time. And oh my God, it's getting wrong in the Skype chat already.
Don't encourage him.
Yes, Big T, do a video. But it was one of them, was 1-1 at the break, and we were holding our own with a fortuitous goal levelling things up, but I thought I'd change things up a touch with Nick Etty coming on for Isaac at right mid after Ash Farrell had limped off with an injury in the first half, which forced me to bring on Jordan, replacing Baz up top and putting Baz into midfield in at centre mid. Alongside Joe Elvin. But later on in the second half, the evergreen Carl Bolton came off with a twisted ankle after a corner. So we had another reshuffle to make as Kendall Campbell came on at left back after I'd switched formations, a couple of positions at half time, with Gideon switching into centre mid and Baz pulling out to the left. When Carl came off, Stephen Dodd actually slid into centre back alongside Rob Lusher. We battled on, but we did concede 3 more times. One of which came from a corner after I'd made a point blank low save, which I was talking to Eugene Man before the show about. All I've got going for me as a keeper is good reflexes. But it was one of them was, from the resulting corner, I made a couple of saves, but it did fall to one of their guys who actually blasted past me. 2 came from slide rule finishes that were buried right in the corners. One in the top right hand corner, one in the bottom right, and it was like, well, not much I could do about that, even if I was a proper keeper. It was them kind of goals. But it's one of them ones where, I mean, the one in the bottom right corner was after some slick interchanges of play with their wide men. with their wide men coming in centrally and actually causing problems with the 1-2s. But we did have our chances, but in the end we were beaten by the better side, who had a lot more fluidity in their play. And at the end of the day, again this week, I couldn't fault the guys for the effort. I mean, it's hard times at the Ibis right now in terms of availability and that. And there are a lot of things up in the air, and we need to dig in to survive.
And injuries.
So, yeah, injuries too. So, injuries. But it's one of them ones. Hey, I'm straight shooting LJ, and that's my take on the match. So, it's one of them ones.
But yeah, no, I think overall, you know, Ibis have been a bit unlucky in recent weeks, especially with, you know, player availability and the fact that, you know, the fours are doing their best threes impersonation. You know, and obviously there's going to be a golf in talent. And, you know, the last few weeks is shown.
It's not been a huge golf, though. That's the thing.
When I say that...
It's not even been huge.
When I say that, I don't mean it offensively. I mean in terms of the continuity of the actual squad.
Yeah, because everyone's had to shift up. I mean, you've had a lot of the threes guys playing alongside the twos, and a lot of the twos guys playing alongside the ones, and it's pandemonium at the moment.
This is what I mean.
We need players. So those of you looking out, especially goalkeepers, we need goalkeepers, defenders. We need players. So at Ibis_football, ibisfc.co.uk is the official website. Facebook.com/Ibis/Ibis.FC. It's one of them was ibisfootballclub@gmail.com. If you know players, let us know. So it's one of them was. But sorry, Jesse.
I was just saying that, you know, in terms of continuity for any of the sides right now, it's really not there. So as you said, the Ibis needs players. If there's anybody interested in wanting to, you know, get fit, play regular football, please get down to training, get involved, and be a part of the show. It's we the people for the people.
Exactly. Because the pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
Damn right. You know, I also want to give a big shout out actually to Haringey Borough Women's FC as well. Kendall Campbell being the goalkeeper coach there. Dude, you need to go in goal. You're a goalkeeping coach. You're the best option we've got in nets. You need to go in goal. G-Man's not a keeper. I'm not a keeper. Kendall, you need to go in goal, my brother. You need to go in goal. Oh, my brother, testify. But anyway.
Can I get an amen?
But, by the way, a big shout out to Haringey Borough Women's FC, located at Coles Park, White Hart Lane, Tottenham, London, N177JP. They do have a Facebook group. It's private, but I'm sure if you ask nicely, they'll let you in. At HBWFC1 on Twitter, and HBWFC Twitter @gmail.com is where to email if you want more information, and www.haringeywomenfc.co.uk is their official website. They train on Tuesday evenings from 7:30pm until 9:30pm at the Northumberland Park Community School, Truelock Road, London, N170PG, and match days are Sundays. So you know what, also want to give, I mean, it's one of them ones. There are so many shout outs to give. But I mean, it's one of them ones. I was gonna say it's great. But you know what? It is one of them ones where we also did actually want to give a big time shout out to the Bradford City FC Disability Football Club. Bradford Disability Football Club from 12th of March 2014. Bradford Disability Football Club, BDFC, are pleased to announce ASDA Keighley as a new community partner. BDFC player Nick Kitchen has rallied the support of his manager Paula Watson and his colleagues to raise both funds for his beloved club through the ASDA Community Life Programme. A weekend of events to celebrate begin raising awareness and funds started on Saturday 15th at Valley Parade, as Nick and Paula will joined other BDFC players as match sponsors, will sit pitchside to support the League One teams playing on the pitch at half time. Former Bantam striker Ian Ormondroyd, chairman of the Bradford Disability Football Club and community officer for Bradford City, said the Gillingham game couldn't be better timing to announce the news, as it is the first day of Level Playing Fields Weeks of Action campaign, a charity devoted to campaigning and supporting disabled football fans. Nick, who works as ASDA Keighley, at ASDA Keighley, has received unwavering support from his employer, who have accommodated a change in hours to allow him to attend training and league games, and additionally supporting BDFC through the store is fantastic. Sunday 16th of March, there was the first of many events, starting with a backpack and fun day that was held at ASDA Keighley store to start the fundraising and community activities. BDFC coaches and special guest Billy Bantam were on hand for football fun football sessions in the car park, and Ian Armondroyd, Sticks of the Pulse, was attending to pack the first shoppers' bags with Nick at 11 a.m. Paula Watson, store manager, said the Community Life program encourages every ASDA store to play an active role in the life of their community. From raising money for local charities to volunteering, our colleagues take their responsibilities towards their local community very seriously. As lifelong Bradford City fans, me and my husband watched Bradford City Disability team play and was thrilled by seeing how much it meant to Nick and our fellow City fans to play at Valley Parade. We could see what a positive impact the club can have on people's lives. Nick and I told the store team about what I saw on Saturday and asked my store team to help. From then on, my store team have worked alongside BDFC to build a plan to help raise money and grow awareness of this truly great cause in our community. I encourage you all not just think of your ASDA store as a supermarket, but a centre for your community. Come on, City. Nick Kitchen was born with hydrocephalus, water on the brain. They drained the water by inserting a valve which still remains embedded in his skull. Nick suffered complications and was left with permanent disabilities. Apart from his evident height and child size, he is only partially sighted. Growing up, Nick, being smaller and less able-bodied than his peers, was unable to play the game he loved so much due to fear. He has described the experience as terrifying. Nick started playing at BDFC, having met a number of the players who come to Bradford City matches together already. His league debut was on the pitch at Valley Parade at the Colchester game, where he scored. Nick said, "I regret now that I did not play football before. I am so proud and privileged to play for BDFC. It's a dream come true. It's one of the best things I've done in my life and one of my greatest achievements. I've been made very welcome. My teammates and friends and everyone works together. They are like a family. I could never thank enough the coaches and players for giving me this opportunity." Bradford Disability Football Club was founded in 2002 with an initial grant of £1,000 and 8 players. Now it has over 100 members aged from 6 to 60 and is growing in its profile and its membership every year. The Disability Club is a part of the Bradford City FC Community Foundation, and the club chairman is Ian Ormondroyd, ex-Bradford City player, also known as Big Sticks for those who listen to Pulse Sport on match days. Now, you know what? I want to give a huge shout out to Bradford City Disability FC. Massive shout outs, and also a huge shout out to Jamie Dorward as well, who got in touch with us via Twitter as well. Big shout outs, big time shout outs to Bradford City Disability Football Club.